You might be wondering why I have a bike upside down, a bike hanging on the repair stand, a bike leaning against the boots. This is my bike repair room slash boot room where I leave all the extra ski and snowboard boots for the rental shop. Today we're going to be taking off these Vittoria Mezcals off of the Poseidon, which is a rigid 27.5er, and then we're going to be putting these Mezcals onto these wheels, some Bontrager wheels that are carbon. That's going on my Trek Remedy 9.8, which is a full suspension enduro bike. I got a Fox 38 up front on that, and what do I have in the back? A Fox float something, I don't know. It does everything I need it to do. I don't mountain bike that hard. You're probably also wondering, why am I taking cross-country tires off of a cross-country bike and putting them on an enduro? The reason for that is we're going bike packing again. This time without Teddy because it's a lot of single track. We're going to be doing the Mount St. Helens Epic. It's a weekend ride. We're going to do it in 2 days, which means like 40-ish miles a day. I've done the beginning half of this trail a bunch as a kid. I remember for fun growing up, my mom would take me up there, and it was fun, but I remember the climb being pretty brutal. So I'm excited to do it again as an adult and kind of see how that climb goes, especially with a loaded down full suspension enduro bike. Let's get these tires changed. Man, talk about some weight. These came off the Poseidon. They're just the stock wheels with the Mezcals on there. These are coming off and they're getting put on the line wheels that I have that's going on this enduro bike that you see. So I put these tires on, I don't know, 2.5 months ago, I think. And I haven't replaced the sealant since, or added any sealant. So I'm really curious to see kind of how much is left and how it looks. It's actually doing fine. Wow. Cool. Only got a couple drops on the floor. We just got our Mezcals put on the Line 30 wheels, and it is time to go outside to the compressor and pop some beads and get some air in these tires. Let's roll. So I got my tires put on the wheels, and I just have a standard like size, home size air compressor. What is it? 8-gallon oil-free air compressor I got from Harbor Freight. I ordered this Cyclo Spirit gauge, air chuck gauge, to go on the compressor, and this is just how because it has a Presta and a Schrader valve attachment, I just pop this on to the wheel, and this is what pops the bead. This is all the bike shop does, in case you didn't know. You'll hear it pop. There we go. That's it. And that's 40 PSI right there. I am removing my cassette because I'm going to go ahead and wax my chain. And I don't usually wax the chain on my mountain bike because I usually ride it in the fall under wet conditions. But this trip it's going to be pretty dry, so I'm going to go ahead and wax her up. Pulled off my cassette on my mountain bike. It's the Eagle cassette. SRAM Eagle something. I don't know, it looks cool though, doesn't it? Wipe off my hands, I'll show you guys my ultrasonic cleaner. I don't know if you guys can see it from here. Yeah, cool. So this is the ultrasonic cleaner that I have. Basically, it uses sound waves to clean parts. So Let's get this cassette all cleaned up. I'll show you a before, and I'll show you an after. So I just pulled the cassette out and dried it off out of the ultrasonic cleaner. And yeah, it's not perfect, but dang, is it much cleaner than it was. So this is gonna go back onto my mountain bike, and right now the chain is in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'll show you guys how I do that setup. It doesn't actually go straight in the ultrasonic cleaner. It goes into this giant vase, which is actually filled with mineral spirits. The chain goes in there, and then that goes in the ultrasonic cleaner itself. And then that's how it works. And I just turn that puppy on and it cleans for me while I go do other stuff. The axle that I'm actually going to be installing on this bike for this trip is made by Robert Axle Project. They are a sister company of Old Man Mountain. Old Man Mountain makes the best racks and bags and everything ever. Let me grab the rack and I'll show you. Essentially, this is what the rack gets mounted to. You can see it goes in those little skewers there. Let's grab that rack and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here is my favorite rack of all time. This is the Old Man Mountain Divide Rack. And I'll show you how it gets mounted up. Like so. One of the biggest reasons why I really like this rack so much is I have one rack to basically use for all the bikes I have, whether it be my road bike, my gravel bike, my enduro bike, or my bikepacking bike. This one divide rack fits on all of my bikes, and I really enjoy that. Once you get the hang of removing, basically taking the axles out and installing the rack, it can be done pretty darn quick, and it's really not that big of a deal. And I think it's a lot better to do this than have a whole bunch of racks for each bike that have to remain on the bike at all times. Otherwise, it's a pain in the butt to install. And yeah, so hit up Old Man Mountain. They make really good stuff. You will not be disappointed. Our mountain bike chains were really greasy. I let them sit in the ultrasonic cleaner pretty much overnight, and I kind of got up in the middle of the night to change the water out here and there. And now they're looking brand new, stock OEM, and they are ready to be waxed. I'll kind of show you how I do that. All you basically do is take a chain and very carefully dunk it in the wax without splashing your camera. Oh yeah. Be careful not to burn yourself. It is hot wax. To clean the chain after the ultrasonic cleaner and the mineral spirits, I did a water soak with the ultrasonic cleaner, and then I also did an alcohol soak and then let that evaporate so there's no water or anything left on the chain. It is completely brand new. Well, brand new in the terms of clean. Dunk that one in. Once there's no more bubbles coming out of the chain, I know that it's been adequately soaked. And the hardest part really is taking this little poker and shoving it through the link so I don't drop the chain, and then hanging the chain up to cool without making a mess. See if I can do this live. There we go. And usually I just hang it above the crock pot. at least. Let it cool down all the way, basically. I'm just trying to get up, kind of shake off all the excess wax. Let it sit and cool all the way, and then go outside and break all the links separately. Make sure you get them all done. Once I dunk it in the wax, I just take this little stir stick and I stir it around until I see no more bubbles coming out of the chain. I know everything's been coated really well. This paraffin wax was like 10 bucks on Amazon. The crock pot was, I don't know, 20 bucks or something. It was cheap, it's a mini. And I don't put any additives in there, I just use paraffin wax, and then I wax it every 200 miles or so. For me, it's easy. I have the ski shop here, and so I'm already dealing with wax already with the skis and snowboards, and so it's super easy for me to wax my chain. So I don't see any reason not to wax it, really, because people are like, oh, deal with all the mess. It's not that big of a deal if you already have it, like if it's set up in the garage, for example. Just got the chain all finished. I got it waxed, broken, blowed off, and installed on the bike. Now I'm back upstairs. I'm going to gather all the food that I'm going to bring, gather all my camera equipment, and the 10 essentials. If you guys are interested in what I bring to eat, the camera equipment I bring, or my 10 essentials, drop that down in the comments and I'll make a video on that. Otherwise, just subscribe and stay tuned for the bikepacking trip that I have coming up next week. Before you go, feel free to stick around and enjoy some B-roll from a climb on my most recent Dirty Free Hub scouting mission, the Clutchy Mainline route. You can watch the full video here or check out any of my other adventures on the end screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next ride.